Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Chef Joanne for another video, short cute cooking. Now the kids has been bugging me to make birria. I got the recipe from another YouTuber, Cooking from the Road or something like that. And this is like my third or fourth time making this. And the kids love it. I don't mind making it. It just takes a long time to actually make. So it's kind of like not wanting to do it, but if this will shut them up, let's get it done and over with. I think the only good thing about this recipe is I get the big bag of dried peppers. I don't have to keep going back to the store. The other thing I hate about this one, besides how long it takes to make, is it was this. This is the chipotle and it's got like an adobo paste mixed with it. So it was only coming in a can at first, so I'll have to buy a big can of it. Well, it don't come in a huge can, but it came in a can that I never used the whole can. And I wind up having to take what I needed out of it and throw the rest away. But now that it's in the jar, thank God, I can't use this as an excuse anymore. Damn, I just realized that. But the 3 peppers, the guajillo peppers, the chile pasilla peppers, I forgot the name of those. I took the pepper off of that. My Spanish sucks, so I try not to disrespect the culture by pronouncing it, by speaking it too much. Because it took me about a week and a half to pronounce birria correctly. Because I'm one of those, say it how it's spelled, sound it out. Yeah. This here, I just fell in love with it from the first time. This is beef bouillon, water, beef shanks, onion, and I gotta find my Italian oregano. I'm just gonna give you guys just the rough draft of it because I can't put this on the phone on pause for 6 hours until it get ready. So you will need to have a blender. I found my little small one that I use for my breadcrumbs and everything. So having a little blender like this comes in handy. So you just take the seeds out of these. Do not mind I know I don't usually do videos with my nails on. I don't cook with nails on or polish because you never know what could happen. These are leftover from the weekend. It was a busy weekend. So we all wanted to look cute, got our nails done. Okay, take out as many seeds as possible. We're going to rehydrate these in some water. And then we're going to blend them in the my mini mixer, my mini blender. This is why I don't do nails when I'm cooking, because it's harder. Now, for those people who like, you know, the red pepper flakes and stuff, these will be pretty good to keep. Or you can also rehydrate these also and plant them. But now for my vegans or vegetarians, they do have vegan beef broth. Now everything else, you don't have to use the meat because with this, it's a consomme, it's a soup, and the meat itself could be used as a taco. My kids like to dip the taco inside the soup, so. But this, you also can make this. You don't have to use the meat. The beef flavor, they have vegan beef broth base. I got the chicken one. That's what I use for the vegan / well, it started out vegan, but then I gotta have egg in my dressing. But I did a dressing, so anything could become vegan or vegetarian if you find a way to omit the meat but still keep the same flavor. And the I ain't gonna lie, the chicken flavor, vegan chicken flavor blend actually really did have a great chicken flavor to it. And I was like, wow. My kids are worried about me going all the way vegan. I assure them as long as they continue to make duck bacon, I'll never leave the meat. But I do want to find healthier ways to feed them and for them to get used to eating. Now rehydrating these, you just put these on the stove. Once it starts boiling, turn it off and just let it sit. You don't have to cook them all the way through or anything like that. Now with this recipe, I'll be using, you know what? I'm gonna use my regular skillet. This is not that big. I'm cooking it in a crock pot. That's the reason I was explaining how long it was gonna take. I had seasoned these with some sazon last night. Just put some seasoning on it. I'm gonna sear them in this pan. Transfer them over to my crock pot. And I did do a video on searing. It does lock in the juices, lock in the flavors. I don't know. Ever since I found out what it does and how well it works when you cook certain foods, I literally have been doing searing for years. So now with me trying to make this a short video, once the peppers get ready, you put this in there with this. You don't need a whole bunch of it. I'm not cooking that many. I be wanting to put the certain amounts and measurements, but once I upload the video, my life gets big. This is me on my lunch break, just so you know. I'm on break. So I'm taking a lunch break, and I'm going to have to come in here on my 15-minute break to check, and then go back to work, and then come back and check again. I think it's like the best thing about working from home. But I don't have to do a bunch of homework anymore since I have my associates now, which is what was keeping me kind of busy for the last couple of months with school. And yay, I passed. And I thought I was going to be able to do videos for when I did my homework, but it did not work out that way. I will be going back and I will record some of the things I made. Like I did the cured salmon, and then I did the duck confit, but in school I did chicken confit. Okay, so I will be the things I didn't do. Like some of the stuff, the one I do want to do is I did a sausage and shrimp wrapped in bacon with the seasoned cream cheese, the Old Bay cream cheese. Now what I'm doing now is I'm adding the water to my crock pot with some beef base. I don't like to just sit it, even though you could just sit it on top and it'll be fine. I like to have it blended well. This is like my second container. Like once you find something that you like that seasons your food really good, you just stick with it. And this base right here, I even got the chicken base. Works wonderful. It's the seasoning in it and everything is literally perfect. I hope you guys are not expecting me to measure. They give you the instructions on how to use these. How to use the base on the actual jar. So this is not like, you know, cooking for amateurs or cooking for people who've never touched a stove before. We're all grown. And for those who are teenagers and never actually cooked before, you might need to leave a comment. If you got any questions or anything, I don't mind answering any questions. Leave me a comment in the comment section and ask me all the questions you want to ask, and I'll be glad to answer them with no problem. But if you need like certain measurements, I'm an old school cooker, so a pinch of this, a dash of that, a sprinkle of this. I've always cooked that way. Like if I'm doing another recipe that's written down, I will follow the recipe. I do own measuring spoons and cups, but when it comes down to me cooking, I know how I want something to taste, so I know exactly what how much of what ingredient I want. And I would have had some peppers already ready to show you guys how to go ahead and, but I didn't want to take out too many. Now, I don't need a lot of oil because I'm not using a lot of meat. This is about 2 tablespoons. And see, with nails on, I can't use my hands as much. I don't want to get seasoning and meat stuck underneath. We're not cooking them. We're just searing the flavor in. We're not letting it get well done or anything. I just want it locks in juices. It does a lot to just sear it. I want to give a shout out to all the women who keep these nails on every day, all the time. I can't do it. They're pretty. It makes you feel pretty. I can't freaking do it. I'm not used to it. I'm not knocking nobody. I can't do it. I really can't. Yeah, that's got brown. Now let me see. I did buy some cilantro. Cilantro can go on as a topper. You can put it right on top. What I found, because I buy a whole bushel of cilantro for one thing, and we never actually use all of the cilantro that I buy. And I tried freezing it. I tried keeping it in the Ziploc bag. I actually really don't use cilantro that much. We don't make those type of dishes that cilantro is needed all the time. It's always optional. Like, since I don't have any, I'm opting out. But I found these. It's just cilantro leaves. They're dried. Now you can rehydrate them, but for this soup, what I was gonna plan on doing is just trying them, just sprinkling it on top, and letting the juice and the heat from the juice. Oh man, you got me coughing. Let it rehydrate it instead of rehydrating it in water. Like, you could do that with the you get the onion chips or flakes, or the garlic chips or garlic flakes, the dry ones. You can rehydrate those and just put it in a small bowl with a little water to cover and let it sit, and it rehydrates itself. Now I'm actually getting better with the recording on some of my videos since I'm doing it by myself now. Okay, now that this is boiling, just turning it off. Now I just had the top of this pot when I made wine. And I just let that sit with the top on it for 5 minutes. I'm going to put the first half of the onion underneath. And once I put the meat on top, I'll put the other half on top. Alrighty. So, while those are still frying, I am going to be safe this time. And you guys picking up any bad habits from me. Just going to add the peppers. Now, some people do save the juice that these was rehydrated in case you needed more juice. With me using the bouillon and everything, I really don't exactly need to save that. I just keep it just in case if this gets too thick. smells good. I'm gonna add just a little water because I wanted to grind down a little finer than that. And let me flip these. Now you can sear these for however long you want. That's up to you. I just like searing my meat first. The reason I'm using a spoon is because I don't want to pour too much. I just want enough around it to get it creamy. I was trying to remember if I did this video before or not. I do not remember. Now with this being my third or fourth time making this, I have learned from my mistakes on what makes it too hot, too spicy, and things like that. So I'm trying to avoid doing that this time. Normally I just put this on top. But I wanted to dilute with the, so I don't have like big chunks and pieces or pieces that don't get it into the stock. Okay, nice and weird. Now just put the meat in. I put the top on here, and I cook it with the top on for the whole time. I just come when I take it out to move it around or to take out the really big bone. Okay, let me try to keep it as clean as possible. I gotta make a vegan cheesecake after this. Try to keep my area as clean as possible. So I'm at my oregano. Okay. Salt and pepper. Not using pepper because I already put those chiles and chilies in there. So, but let's see. This is how it looks when you first start to before you turn your crock pot before you turn the crock pot on. I'm gonna just add the last of my onions and then turn it on and put the top on it. Now with I normally want to have enough juice in here to cover the whole thing up. That way everything cooks. But it depends on how thin you want your consommé, how much sauce you're making, how much food you're making. But I like to cover it all the way up. And then I'm going to have to do a whole video because I skim the fat off the top as it's cooking. And then that fat is used to fry the tacos in. So yeah, I'll be having to do 2 or 3 parts. And then just making one whole video when I'm done. But that's the beginning part of making birria. Let me plug it in. So I'm gonna let this cook for about 2 hours on high before I come back in to check it and to start skimming the meat off of, skimming the fat off the top of it. By then, once you stir it, everything gets mixed into there. You're not gonna skim off all the seasoning on it. That's not gonna happen. So don't worry about that part. We just want to actually get it started. This is not the top, but put a top on it. Fix it, forget it. There you go. 2 hours, leave it like that. Come back, stir it up. If it's got fat on top, skim it into a bowl. I recommend using a glass bowl or a metal bowl because using a plastic bowl, it will stain the bowl itself. It's like when your kids put the different foods in the microwave bowls in the microwave, and it gets that little ring around it from putting it in the microwave. It's because of what you use and what's in it. So use a glass bowl. It's way better than a plastic one if you have one. If not, use a metal bowl, cereal bowl, a glass, a mug, anything but plastic, because it will stain it. Want to see you, don't even know about you. They just know I got some freeloaders that live in my house that complain about cleaning up after my mess when I do these videos. Okay, now this is 2 hours after we've put the meat and everything in there. I'm stirring it up. I'm not going to start taking the oil off of it until it cooks down a little more. But you can see it's a little oil in the broth. Hour number 4. As you can see, most of the meat has cooked off the bone. This is around the time I'm recording. This is around the time I take the actual bones out of the meat. And then I skim the oil off the top. But there you go. Birria and chicken out. I think cooking this is actually the first time. I'm going to say that because it's a lot of meat. I told you to cut with it last time. Dang, I'm sorry. No, you're good. Thank you, though. But it's actually pretty good. It's spicy already as soon as right off the bat. Last time I made it only spicy enough that I didn't taste the spice till it hit me in the back of the throat. So I was like okay with it, but I still got to figure out something. I want to do some buttermilk and chicken.
Oh, make yourself some chicken nuggets.
So I might do some. I'm trying to figure out which one. I'm pretty sure we already did the chicken nuggets. And we did the stuffed and wrapped in bacon. Not chicken nuggets. We did chicken tenders. We did them stuffed. We did them wrapped in bacon. We did them with the double batter.
Or just do you some Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets.
I might do me some. That's what I was thinking. I'm gonna marinate it overnight.
The recipe is out already.
No, I'm gonna marinate it in my buttermilk overnight regardless. That's what they used to do at the other restaurants I worked at.
Oh, okay.
So, but there you have it, you guys. It's not as hard. The only reason I did the recipe because, especially using the crock pot, it is not that hard to make. You can't mess this up. Not like I did that macaroni earlier. So, but thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And this is Chef Joanne at Short Cute Cooking. Until next time, keep it short, keep it cute, and keep cooking.